Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currencies flowing, every coins on my mind. My coin base to upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the man. Emptying out my radar, I understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash raises ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
You gotta get this money on. What up, y'all? What's good?
Good.
What's good, y'all? So yeah, we back. So we got a couple things to go over real quick. Y'all know it's Thursday, so we're only on for about 30 minutes. But so yeah, we're gonna talk about Iota. Truthfully, we can really just go ahead and get into it. And just talk about a little bit of Iota information. For those that don't know, Iota is now available again on Uphold. So they've been they put them back on Uphold. So it's been for about 3 years since they've been delisted. So they just
3 years. Damn.
Yeah, I think it's been about 3 years, close to it at least. So it's available on Uphold now. So just wanted to talk about Iota a little bit because that's one of those hidden gems that was, if you know, if you got it early enough before they delisted it, you know what I'm saying, you're probably holding some. So what were you telling me about Iota that was so important? Because I had to go back and refresh my memory. I almost forgot what the damn asset was.
Yeah. So
I knew it was important though. I knew that.
Nah, for sure. So Iota is more so like, the Internet of Things. So like when you see those autonomous vehicles and stuff like that, computers talking to computers and everything. Yeah, that's that digital identity, just data monetization, all that stuff like that. That's Iota, fam. IoT is in the name, so Internet of Things is in the name. So those machine to machine, all of that. I remember they had I'm not sure if they still do, but I know they had a partnership with Volkswagen and Dell.
Okay, we're gonna go into that. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. I got a little breakdown for them. Okay, cool. Just so y'all have a general idea of what it was before we get into the nerd. I like to call it the nerdy side of it. So, what is Iota and how it works? So Iota isn't built on traditional blockchain. Instead, it uses a technology called the Tangle, a directed acyclic graph, which is DAG, ledger structure. So because of the DAG design, each time a participant issues a transaction, it validates 2 previous transactions. So that means there's no miners, no mining competitions, and significantly no transaction fees. No transaction. So listen, just that alone right there, you should already be like, your antenna should be up. So it says this structure enables high scalability, feeless transfers, and micro or machine-to-machine payments, like Dee was just saying, computer to computers, computers talking to computers. So making Iota ideal for Internet of Things use cases, micro payments, device-to-device communication, and automated value or data exchange. So the native token is M-Iota, often just Iota, which can be used for value transfer, rewarding network participants, or for token-based applications. The project is governed by the nonprofit Iota Foundation, which coordinates development standards, ecosystem growth, and enterprise or traditional partnerships. So in short, Iota is a ledger or value transfer system designed not for human-to-human payments like many cryptocurrencies, but for machine-to-machine economy, IoT, data transfer, and real-world asset and data tokenization, optimized for scalability and zero fees. So what Iota is used for in the real use cases and capabilities. So Iota isn't just theoretical. Its design enables a variety of real-world and industrial use cases. So the IoT, machine-to-machine payments and data exchange, which is ideal for environments where devices, sensors, cars, charging stations, factories, like Dee was just saying, autonomous vehicles, exchange data or value routinely. Then you have supply chain, product lifestyle tracking, and digital asset tokenization. So using Iota, using Iota to digital twin real world assets, track ownership, lifestyle events, supply chain data, etc. So decentralized identity, data integrity, and secure messaging. So that's frameworks built on Iota for identity, device authentication, privacy preserving, communication between devices and systems. Smart city, energy, utility grids. Peer-to-peer energy trading and automation. So because of its feeless and scalable nature, Iota is used in energy grid optimization, peer-to-peer energy trading, and sensor-driven smart city infrastructure. So we all know smart city infrastructure. That's pretty cool. These smart cities are coming. Tokenization and financial infrastructure use cases. More recently, Iota has added support for enterprise-grade tokenization, smart contract environment, EVM compatible, and regulatory compliance infrastructure to facilitate institutional adoptions. So, in other words, Iota aims to bridge the physical and digital worlds, enabling not just financial transfers, but data, identity, supply chain, and IoT-driven value flows in a decentralized, feeless, scalable way. So who's using it? So you have Volkswagen, like D just told you all. You have this company called Bosch, BOSCH. I don't know if I'm saying it correct, but that's a long-standing corporate member of Iota. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, Iota Foundation, exploring Iota for mobility, industrial IoT, and various data device or data connectivity cases. Then you have Volkswagen. So they work with Iota for smart mobility and EV charging use cases. So that's machine to machine payments between car, charging station, and services. Then you have Dell. I'll just go over the ones that's kind of familiar, but Dell, STM Microelectronics, NG Lab, and numerous smaller firms or startups. So across supply chain, manufacturing, identity product, passporting, for example, tokenization platforms using Iota EVM plus compliance stacks to issue regulated digital assets. So also the Iota Foundation works closely with open source and standardization bodies through collaboration with Eclipse Foundation under the Tangle EE working group, uniting companies and standard bodies to build open enterprise grade DLT applications on Iota. So more recently, Iota has been expanding to tokenization of real world assets, supporting compliant institutional grade digital securities, asset tracking, and regulated token issuance on Iota's network, which shows the project is evolving beyond IoT experience into broader enterprise and financial infrastructure. Iota.
Solid.
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 Yeah. I could go there, but we don't got enough time. So we'll touch on it some more tomorrow. I'll just kind of remember where I left off. We'll go over, so what's new and what's next. We'll go over that tomorrow, and what they got going on and what Iota means and all that. So yeah, we'll go over that tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much just to give y'all an idea of Iota, why you should look into it. They ain't paying us. We ain't shilling the token. It's just it's available on Uphold. So
yeah, and it was in that paperwork. It was in that paperwork.
It's in that paperwork. It's in that world documents. It's in that World Economic Forum. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. So yeah. So let's get into your two articles real quick because I know you got to bounce here in a second. So you could go ahead and go over. Let's go over Chainlink real quick. Go over this Chainlink article.
Chainlink. Yes, so Chainlink. So what happened is Grayscale converted its Chainlink Trust into GLNK, and it's now trading on the New York Stock Exchange, right? First 48 hours is 13 million in day one of trading volume and 41 million in day one of inflows, right? So why this matters is because it's the first U.S. exchange traded product given direct exposure to the Oracle infrastructure layer, not just L1 or L2 tokens, right? It's a picks and shovels bet on chain finance and tokenization, not on retail altcoin speculation. So this is actually exposure to the Oracle, to the information that's going to be driving the blockchain pretty much, because Link is one of those ones. Link is probably, I'm not going to say the only one, but they're one of the main ones when it comes to off-chain data. And then tokenization momentum real, right? Blockchain's leadership has publicly framed tokenized settlement is inevitable, right? And the big forecast is up to $16 trillion in tokenized private assets by 2030. Stablecoins possibly 1.9 trillion by decade end. And then Chainlink CCIP already piloted by major financials to move value between private ledgers and public chains, right? But will growing usage necessarily lift Link's price? They said it's not guaranteed. The private banking loophole. So institutions can use Chainlink's infrastructure without holding much Link on the balance sheet. So it says fees can be paid in fiat via partners or structured so Link is acquired with high velocity and not stockpiled. And then some banks may pursue private Oracle middleware that bypass public token economics. So the result pretty much is a potential decoupling where Chainlink's network usage grows, but the persistent institutional plumbing and fiat-based billing sustained by buy and hold demand for Link. So they're basically saying like the usage and the price will decouple from each other. That's what they're saying. Like just because they're getting into it doesn't mean the price is necessarily going to go up. I mean, I beg to differ because I'm like, why would they be putting it on the New York Stock Exchange if the price wasn't going to go up? But you know, we'll see. It's one of the more expensive ones. You know, it's not under $1. It's under, what is it, like $14 now? 14, $15?
What, Chainlink? Yeah, it's about 14, $15.
Yeah, 14, $15. So yeah. So, you know, I beg to differ, but I just wanted to cover that because they said, you know, a lot of money is coming to, you know, these tokenized equities and tokenized stocks and stuff like that. But Chainlink is going to be driving that information. So, you know, they always going to be making money behind the scenes regardless of what it is. So we could be doing whatever we doing, but they're going to do whatever they're going to do behind the scenes. So as long as we get paid, that's the only thing I care about. As long as we get paid.
Facts. So you got this other article on Kalshi?
Yeah. So Kalshi. So basically they just did a deal with CNBC. CNBC signed a multi-year exclusive partnership with the prediction market Kalshi to display real-time event probabilities across TV, digital, and subscription products starting in 2026. This follows Kalshi's CNN deal, which was announced yesterday, signaling a broad U.S. media push. So how the integration is going to work is CNBC will run Kalshi's powered probability tickers during selected business programming, and then CNBC gets a branded page on Kalshi's featuring markets curated by CNBC editors. And then the new newsrooms gain access to Kalshi's data for reporting on-air context. Why it matters is because mainstream prediction data embeds market implied probabilities into daily investor workflows, similar to how options, implied odds, and rates data are used. And then they talk about competitive landscape and scale claims. So for investors and traders, it's going to be easier access to single number consensus of on key events, such as, you know, moves, Fed moves, CPI prints, elections. So these prediction markets, they partnering up with all these different companies, fam. And you're gonna start seeing all this shit everywhere. The odds of this everywhere. You're gonna start seeing that shit everywhere. I already see it right now on Google when I open up my phone. They say like, oh, or when I'm checking the scores, they'd be like, okay, the Mets or the Knicks or whoever is playing, they got a 76% chance of winning this game or whatever. So I'm just seeing it more and more
everywhere.
Often. Yeah. So they probably just gonna be, you're gonna see more partnerships between Kalshi and what's the other one, Polymarket. You're gonna see more and more partnerships. So yeah.
Sports betting about to be a part of your life. Okay.
Yeah. Sports betting, election betting, all that.
Everything, yeah. All right, so this next article we got on Uphold. So Uphold files application to offer tokenized securities and partners with T0 on infrastructure services. So I thought this was pretty big. So Uphold with another big move. So Uphold plus T0 equal tokenized securities coming to app users. So yes, tokenized securities is getting ready to come to Uphold. So Uphold filed an application with the SEC to enable the trading of tokenized securities. The securities, which is share equity, maybe other private company assets represented on chain and not just traditional stocks. So to do this, Uphold is partnering with T0, which already operates as a regulated broker plus special purpose digital securities custodian. So T0 will provide custody, clearing, and regulated trading infrastructure. If approved, Uphold plans to make tokenized shares in private companies available on its consumer app potentially as soon as late 2026. So the partnership aims to combine blockchain's advantages, tokenization, on-chain ownership, programmable assets with traditional regulatory compliance, custody, and broker-dealer level operations. So why this matters is because this development is more than just a crypto experiment. So it could reshape how traditional financial assets are issued, traded, and held, bridging legacy finance and blockchain native infrastructure. Also, you're bringing real world or traditional assets on chain in a compliant way, lowering friction and opening access. Institutional grade infrastructure meets Web3 as well, and then potential liquidity and capital flow shift. And it's a catalyst for broader tokenization wave. So tokenization is going to be huge next year. So for those that needed a bigger picture and wanted to see how this would look, it's going to be on Uphold. Tokenization is going to be right there in your face. So download the Uphold app. But yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. But other than that, we gotta go. All right, y'all. So but yeah, make sure y'all get in that class on the 13th and the 14th. Make sure y'all get in the Patreon, the metaverse class is what I'm talking about. The metaverse class, the gaming class on the 13th and 14th. Make sure y'all get in the Patreon for the for DeFi. Make sure y'all get in the Telegram just to be a part of the BlockNation community. But other than that, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll finish up going over Iota and talk about a couple other things. But other than that, we'll see y'all.
All right, peace.
All right.